Sir Matt Busby, God rest him, eventually reached his holy grail. It was a steady step of building, a steady step of young George Best coming through. It was a big night. I was at Wembley that night. I was fortunate enough to be there with like 20 handed that night. I think went down in a bus, a couple of buses, a couple of cars. Had a game of football in Hyde Park. I'd like to see us do that now.
United played pretty well. They'd taken the lead with Bobby Charlton, who headed in, which is most unusual. You don't see him heading too many goals. But towards the end of the game, Benfica got stronger and equalised.
It was incredible. I mean, unfortunately, Boy Dennis didn't make the final because of a cartilage injury and had to have an operation. But to play behind them, you know, was like anything else. I mean, not only me, but even the other defenders. You know, it was something that you were in awe of, to be honest. You know, and to this day, there's never been a team with 3 European Footballers of the Year playing in the same team together for like 7 or 8 years.
Went to the final, danced out the ground, danced around the ground. It took us 3 days to get home. We made a long, slow journey home. I think it was Friday afternoon before we got home, Saturday morning, I can't remember. But it was just a wonderful time to be alive.
And then there was a very famous instance right at the end of the game where it was looking as it was going to go to extra time, which indeed it did eventually. Eusebio broke through and you'd have put your house on him scoring, but Alex Stepney made a fantastic save, held on to the ball.
There's a very famous clip of Eusebio coming and giving you a round of applause and then coming back and giving you another round of applause. It must have like dawned on him like, what's just happened?
I know, I think it must have. But the sad thing about it from my point of view was the fact that I was more interested in trying to start the counter-attack. And Tony Dunn had made a move down the left and I threw him the ball, and then as I turned around there was Eusebio. But the main thing was, you know, to keep playing on to the end.
Do you remember a team talk from before the game or half-time in the final itself? Was there anything that sticks out from there for you?
The only thing was about Nobby. Nobby, I remember Matt saying to him as we went out into the tunnel at Wembley, you know, I want you to mark Eusebio.
No problem.
Man to man, like you did 2 years ago in the semi-final World Cup against Portugal. And he done it for 86 minutes. And somehow Eusebio got through. And I saved Nobby and I saved the team.
As we went into extra time, Bobby Charlton scored again, Bryan Kidd scored, and of course George Best as well. So they scored 3 goals, I think, in about 10 minutes and ran out 4-1 winners. And that was really the pinnacle of everything to sort of win it 10 years later in memory of those glorious boys who lost their lives in the crash.
We had a great manager in Sir Matt Busby who survived the crash, although he had very bad injuries, but he survived the crash, and it was our aim and his aim that we became a very strong family after that, and to go out and try and win it for him. And it took him 10 years to build a team, which he did do.
It was a fitting tribute to him, I think, for Busby to get into that final and win it for them. I mean, there was no two ways about it. That's who he won it for.
It was a very momentous occasion for us to go out and do it. And we done it in style, actually. When we won the trophy, that's when it opened up for us to go to Bobby, to Bill and to Matt and to wave to the families of those that had passed away trying to win it back in '58.
And obviously the emotion was incredibly high that evening, and anybody that was there will never forget that particular game. Even with the other European Cup triumphs that we've had since, that perhaps was the greatest one that reached the goal that they always had in mind.